Yeah, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, broadcasting live from outside, taking advantage of this damn fall weather. Best I can, child. I'm taking advantage of it. You hear what I'm saying? Anyway, we gonna jump right on into Queen Sugar. Now, I got If Loving You Is Wrong coming, but I'm also going to do Queen Sugar first because it's a little bit more in depth and I'm trying a new way of doing my reviews for this show. Hopefully it'll pick up my reviews as well as make it easier for those of you who already follow me to be able to know what happened on the show. I realize I got a couple people say they don't subscribe to cable and the shit has, so I ain't mad at you. So I try to, when I do this one, I want to be very thorough in how I deliver it. So we gonna do it this way, okay? Now some of the scenes will be grouped together to make the shit flow well, but then I will separate them as well. I'm gonna start off separating them, in fact, but just follow me. I'm gonna bless you if you will, okay? Now we start off with Darla and Ralph Angel coming from their little date, okay? They went to the movies. Child, he said he ain't seen a movie in a year. He said, and it was very predictable, and I said, that's pretty much why I don't go to movies much, my damn self, because of that. Uh, anyway, they talking about when they first met, and he asked her, did she have any regrets, like not finishing school? She said she do have that as a regret. However, she don't regret being with him because whether she stayed in school or not, she would have been with him. Now they talk about Darla parents and they touch bases on it just a little bit, and it's a strain there. I'm not sure why there's a strain there, but it is, and I'm sure as we dig into the second half of this season, we'll find out a little bit more about Darla. Okay, now they both back at the farmhouse, and Darla and Ralph Angel are ready to tell Blue that they engaged. But when they arrive, he's working on a project. It's a family tree. He asking Ralph Angel when Daddy Bordelon was born, how old was he? He wanted to know more about Ralph Angel's mother, and he did the same thing. Same things. He just toward Darla. He wants to know more about his grandparents so that he can build this family tree. Now, when he asked Darla about her parents, she was able to tell him their names, and he was able to tell she was able to tell him um, their names and how long they've been married. But you can tell that it's something with Darla parents because they looked at each other very strange, that her and Ralph Angel did when he asked about it. Well, to stop that conversation because clearly she's uncomfortable with it, they announced that they're getting married. And of course, y'all know Lil Blue, he excited, he happy. They gonna be together forever and ever, is what he said, okay? Then we see Ralph Angel and Darla go over to Unvine Hollywood, and he telling them about the engagement. Now Hollywood off the bat is very excited about it. Unvine though is a bit cautious. She said, y'all sure y'all want to make a decision like this, take a step this big so soon because y'all been doing really good. Well, Darla tells her yes, they love each other, and she's been clean for 2 years. And of course, Ralph Angel is speaking of his harvest that's to come. So, she tell Darla basically, girl, I know you've been, I know you wouldn't, I know you ain't been out here acting out. I know you've been clean for the last 2 years, and surprisingly, she congratulates them. And welcomes Darling to the family. She tell her, I can't wait to meet your family. And again, that's that weird look that goes on every time her parents are mentioned. But she says okay, and like I said, Hollywood was extremely happy for them. We see Blue and Ralph Angel go over to Nova's place, and I took it from that scene that Ralph Angel and Nova, had not spoken with each other since that big fallout at Bills when everybody learned that Daddy Bordelon had left all of the property in the farmhouse to Ralph Angel. However, he brought Blue back because he wanted a picture of their mom, and she provided it with no problem. Okay, Blue and Ralph Angel also met her boo. Now I don't they didn't go into the fact that that's her boo. But Robert came in and she introduced him as a friend who just stopped by while he was taking a run. And you could tell Robert was like, oh, okay then. And where was he going? Why he went back out that door? Because we all know he been staying with her. But anyway, Ralph Angel thanks her for helping Blue, of course, and then she said it ain't no problem at all. Then Blue announces that his parents are getting married, and she was actually genuinely happy for him, and we saw them embrace. It wasn't like a quick hug, it was actually an embrace, and I said, awesome sauce. I was here for that, okay? Later on, Vi has the siblings gathered together over down to the High Yellow for a surprise engagement party for Ralph Angel and Darla. And everybody there, and they in great spirits about him and his intending to marry Darla. Okay, Darla ends up going to call her parents and letting them know that she's marrying her child's father. She's been clean for 2 years. She told him Blue's age and how sweet and kind of a person that he is. And you can tell by that conversation she was having, they ain't talked in years. I don't even know if they quite even met Blue yet, you know. I said, Now, I don't know if she was talking to a recording or it was an actual person on the other line because they didn't give us all of that. But I'm sure more will come as the season progresses, okay? Let's tackle Remy and Charlie. They seem to be doing quite well. Very well, in fact. However, before Remy comes, I think Aunt Vi is the one that called her and told her that it was everything was out in the open, you know, and so she said she figured it would be, and we see her hang up and she click on the CBS morning show, and Gail King is announcing that the divorce is final between Davis and Charlie West. She listens, and you can tell she's somewhat bothered. I would say it was more of a bittersweet than anything else. But yeah. Anyway, that's when Remy come to see her, and she tells him that everything is out now about her and Wes's divorce. So to cheer her up, he asks her to take, on. He wants to take her on an impromptu date for some good old fashioned gumbo. Child, that will set your spirits right each and every time. So they go out, and it's a rainy day, but they sharing an umbrella. And honestly, guys, from what I saw, that was a beautiful moment. She really was able to relax and enjoy herself in that moment. I said, "Come through." Um, Her phone rings, and it's her mother. She wants to see Charlie. Now, Charlie said, okay, Mom, when I get home, I'm going to call you and we can make arrangements for me to come see her. But see, they ain't necessary because Mama is in town. And she wants to meet up with her Charlotte. Because she don't call her Charlie, she call her Charlotte. When she go to see her and she meet up with her mom, and off the bat, I don't really know how to take her mom because she told Charlie she sorry she hadn't been there, but she was on a cruise with or some shit with her friend who was going through some shit with her husband, and so she felt that it was only right for her to be there for this woman because she was a guest of that friend. Plus, she claimed like once she heard about Charlie's daddy's death, it hit her harder than she expected, and she needed a little break as well. And the reason why I say I don't really understand this woman because I wasn't feeling that your daughter was going through it, and as a parent, you chose to be there for your friend opposed to being there for your daughter. That was kind of selfish in my opinion, but I ain't gonna make no big deal out of it yet. Michael did arrive at the restaurant. He glad to see his grandma, and they end up at Charlie Place, and you can tell from the first scene her mama ain't feeling that damn place. Remember, it's the loft that's over the meal. She complained about it, telling her what she need to do and what she needs to do better because she now in competition with Wes, and Charlie like I ain't in no competition with Wes. Her mom says you are even if you can't feel that right now. Charlie said Michael left like that law. He enjoys living here, and Mom still can't let it go. She gotta add something. She says she's definitely getting her a vintage style rug for that living area. Child, whatever. Next, Charlie venting to Remy that her mom is being overbearing and she don't appreciate that. Plus, she had even taken her mom over to the mill, and her mama was kind of insinuating she's not really wanting to run that sugar mill. Like she's doing it for some other reason. And she had to tell her mama, this is what I enjoy doing. This is what I'm using my degree that I received to do. I'm running this mill. Her mama wanted her to go back and start managing athletes, and that's just not where she is, okay? And out of all of that, I was surprised mama ain't had no problem with Remy. She like him. Anyway, Charlie was still wanting venting to Remy when Davis called her and tells her they need to talk, and she says, okay, I'm going to come right over. Now, before all that, we saw Mike and Wes at Wes's place, and Mike is working on this essay he has to do, or his paper. It's about this slave, I do believe, that was fighting for freedom or citizenship. It was something. I didn't pay much attention to it, so excuse me for that. But anyway, Wes was telling him about that said person in history, and he was aware what he was saying, because it was Michael was impressed by it so much so he asked me, "You want to go and write the right paper for me?" He said, "Oh no, you're gonna do that yourself." Anyway, the combo comes up about Michael and what he had shared with his father at the mid-season finale about what really went on the day he was arrested. He wants to tell Charlie. Michael feel like he don't need to tell her because she ain't gonna care. She don't care about neither one of them. And I really did have a new level of respect for Wes, because he explained to his son, first of all, your mama loves you, and she loved me, and she was there for me as long as she could. Now, I don't understand why this boy still has some form of, resistance to his mom when it comes to his parents getting a divorce. No child wants to see that, of course, but you know the circumstances surrounding it. So why you keep saying silly shit? That boy told West told him, look, she stayed long and she had my back long as she could. But at the end of the day, this is your mother and she needs to know what's going on, because she do love you and she wants to know. So when Charlie comes over and hears what Michael went through, she immediately jumped into Charlie mode and wanted to call the family attorney and get something popping real quick, because he needs to be answering for how he done put this gun in my child's mouth, is how she felt. Now, Wes was all right. I kind of feel like Wes would have went along with it, but Micah don't want to do nothing about it. And basically, Wes is trying to respect Michael's wishes. And as a parent, I can understand trying to respect your child's wishes, but this is a little bit extreme, in my opinion, because it ain't nowhere in hell I would have let this ride. And maybe they won't. Maybe they just taking a moment and letting everybody get their bearings together about it, because this is the first time Charlie's hearing it. Wes and Michael have had a moment to digest what happened, and Wes has had a moment to digest what he told him. So he's angry, but I don't think its intensity is so high that he's like, okay, we gonna go at the police department, guns are blazing. I don't think that's where he is with that right now. However, I understand what Charlie's saying, because I told y'all I contacted Internal Affairs my damn self, and I didn't let up until that damn officer was put in another area of town. I can't get you fired, and it really ain't my intent to, because you got a family, from what I had researched and found out, and they may not know the asshole that you are, but what I want you to do is get the hell out of my neighborhood, because stopping me every morning and my son every night is not what you're going to do, especially when you done stopped us over 5 times, and you know where we coming from, and you know we not doing nothing. You just doing that shit because you feel like we shouldn't be in the neighborhood that we in. Well, this ain't the 60s, bitch. Try me if you wanna. And he did, and he wound up getting his dirty ass moved to the hood where you might have a reason to stop a mug. Cause with over here you didn't. But anyway, I digress, y'all. Anyway, Charlie began to cry because she say she's hurt over what Michael went through. Okay? I said, damn. Now, over at Nova's job, the editor, remember last part of the season, the other part of the season, the editor didn't want her doing so many of those articles on mass incarcerations of blacks and how, black people are ostracized way more than white people. He wanted her to bring it down a bit, and she switched it. She switched the topic to the standing water in New Orleans, the lower Ninth Ward to be exact, and she also brought up the fact that that standing water, along with mosquitoes, could be a cause for the Zika virus. Okay, now she passionate as hell about this to the point where she's causing the community to be somewhat afraid. I know she, I feel like she doing this because in part she dating Dr. Robert. Remember Robert the doctor, okay? I kind of feel like she switched over and she's going hard on this subject, but you can't attack this situation the way you attacked the other topics that you were more commonly known to do, which is like the pro-black topics where you riding the police department for unfair treatment of African American men and women. You gotta kind of calm down. And we saw that Chantal returned on this episode as well. She not feeling what Nova newest cause is, and she wanted to know why Nova is doing this because it's not her forte, and plus she's causing scare throughout the community. So she not really feeling it, but she told her, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna plan a community Q&A to allow the community to voice their concerns as well as ask pertinent questions. She wasn't feeling Robert at all because he walked up and she introduced her to he came in and Nova introduced him. Okay, she wasn't really hiding if she wasn't feeling him. Now, after the talk with Chantal, Nova wonders if she is going too hard, and Robert admitted maybe his presence is causing her to go so hard, and she agrees. However, he tell her, look, we're going to work this thing out. He also had a question about Chantal because he noticed her disdain toward him. And later, after a run, he had come back after a run, and he asked her about that, what was going on. She didn't really Nova didn't really dig into that to explain that once upon a time, not long ago, her and Chantal was dipping in each other's lady puns. She kind of brushed off of that, but that's gonna come back to haunt her because I think she should have told him, especially if they planning on being more serious with one another. You should have probably told him that once upon a time you was doing that kind of shit, and she's one of the girls you was doing it with. Now, at the community meeting, it does appear Nova is causing undue fear, and she realized it. She must scale back how hard she's attacking this issue. And at the meeting, Robert was there giving out vaccines and easing people's minds as well that they don't have to live in fear or not allow their kids to go out and play because of the risk of contracting that disease. Not every mosquito bite means you infected with Zika, okay? Now, Unbite is down to the beauty shop. She getting her hair done when the beautician realizes that her hair is falling out. She asked Vi was she going through the change, meaning menopause. Vi said, nah, I went through that early in life, and she equates her thinning hair to possibly wearing her wigs too much, and that's what she said. But then again, later on in the episode, the health inspector down there to the high yellow done passed it with flying colors and need her to put her signature on the paperwork. He showed her where it was, but when it was time for her to actually put her John Hancock on it, she actually was having blurred vision and had to have him direct her once again to where her signatures needed to be and where her initials needed to be. I said, Even at the engagement party that happens later on in the episode, for Ralph Angel and Darla, Hollywood is noticing by not quite herself, and he asking her, is she okay? She keeps saying yes, but he not sure. And I don't think he would have let that conversation go had Darla not come up to thank her for the party. And Bob was telling her it ain't no problem, and she's family now, and she told her in that moment, call me Unvi, now Miss Violet. You one of us now. Now, y'all tell me something. Do y'all think that Aunt Vi got that Zika virus? Or do y'all think she got cancer or something else? Just drop it below based off what the symptoms we've seen so far. What do you think she has? I'm just hoping it's not something that can't be treated, because my heart would just break. This show already eats at your emotions. I don't want nothing to have none by. She done worked all her life just to have this semblance of happiness that she got with her man and what she doing in her life every day. I just hope ain't nothing. But y'all give me y'all thoughts and opinion down in the panel. What y'all think wrong with Vi. Now let's talk about Hollywood a moment or two, if you will. Now y'all know Hollywood is my sugar on here. I'm telling you, ain't nothing like a man like Hollywood, baby. Don't make them like that no more. You hear what I'm telling you? They don't make them like that no more. I need me a Hollywood. Yes, I do, Jesus. They said if I speak it, so shall it be. I need me a Hollywood Lord. Send me one immediately. Anyway, he doing this drilling job. It's a temp position, right? And he gets this new temp guy to work on his crew, and dude is praising the amount of money that could be made because before he got laid off, he was doing the same type of work, and he here for it. Well, we had this moment where Hollywood and his crew has apparently been doing great things around this place. Okay, so much so that he's now went from having the temporary position to being offered an opportunity to come on as a permanent member. Now he's kind of apprehensive about it, and at first I was like, why? But I found out why later on when the owners came to tell him to keep up the good work. The owners, or part owners, is the Landress, and we all know the Landress have an issue with the border loans. And although Hollywood ain't no border loan, he is dating a border loan sister. He's dating Ernest's sister. He's trying to marry Ernest's sister. So he conflicted. Should I take this good old job with these people, get in bed with them, knowing doing doggone well what they done been trying to do, take my old lady's family land, trying to do grimy tactics to make them sell out to them and things of that nature. Should I do this? But on the flip side, if I do this will allow me to be able to take better care of her. And no matter what she's saying, it's clear something wrong with her. So eventually, it's gonna come to pass that I'm gonna find out what it is that's going on with my boo. But I don't know if I really need to deal with these Landry folks. So he kind of confused in his spirit about that because he knows something amiss with his woman, and he gonna need the funding to take care of. But should I go as far as to deal with the Landry peoples? Now let's get ready to wrap this thing up because I've been talking for a while. Let's go back to the engagement party. You got Nova receiving a call from Robert saying that Tim North is willing to put 6 figures into ridding the ninth ward of the standing water, reducing the chance of Zika virus. She happy, he happy. He say he miss her, she say she miss him. My only concern is Nova ain't never been in no real seriously committed relationship. She was messing around with a cop when we first introduced to her season 1, and the cop was married and had children. So, and we've seen her subsequently be in it, have one night stands and stuff. And then she dipped in the lady pond and all of that. But is she ready for what he ready for? Because it look like Robert trying to give me, I want to be with her tease. And I'm just concerned, is she ready for that? Will she allow herself to love him? Y'all put y'all thoughts in the panel, okay? You got Remy Hollywood and Ralph Angel at the engagement party talking about Ralph Angel upcoming bachelor weekend. Because there ain't going to just be no party. And it was cute as hell because Hollywood had that thing already set up in his mind. Later on, we find out Vi and Lorna, who is Charlie's mama. They do not see it for each other. They like bleach and ammonia, damn oil and water. Charlie shares with Nova what happened to Michael now. She knows, and they go outside to talk more about it. You got Ralph Angel and Darla thanking everybody for the party. It was beautiful. Later on, when Charlie leaves the party, she goes to talk to her mama Lorna, and she tells her mother what happened to Michael. She thought Michael would be okay, so she said, and safe down there. But she feels she should have protected him more as her mother had protected her by sending her to boarding school. Her mama said, look, the only reason why I sent you to boarding school because you was going to be a black girl, black woman in a white world. And I wanted you to have the best education and background so that you can compete in this world. She said, but you sent me down here in the summer. Her mom said, because I also needed you to know your daddy's side of the family. I needed you to tap into your blackness. Charlie said, but when I came home, I felt like I had to manage my blackness. I couldn't show my black side unless it was a holiday or time for me to come back down here. So that was a problem. Lorna said to Charlie, you assume because I'm white, I wouldn't understand as I do. But I do. And you and Michael, y'all strong people, and y'all gonna get past everything that's going on right now, and I'm gonna be right here to help you, okay? And the last scene of the night, we saw Unbi at the doctor's looking scared as hell, but it ended there. We didn't get a resolution as to what's going on with Unbi. That was it, y'all. That was last night's episode of Queen Sugar. The second episode, it's a two-night premiere. So the second episode will come out tonight. I have to work tonight, so I won't see it until in the morning, which means the review will come up, but it'll come up. It won't be in the morning hours like it is now. Because I do believe I'm going to be able to get this up in the morning hours. I'm recording it in the morning. So it may come up in the evening hours of tomorrow, but I will have it out. If loving you is wrong, I'm going to record that immediately after I complete this. And I hope I gave y'all what y'all needed on this review. If I left anything out, which I seriously doubt I did, please leave it down in the pen. The only thing I left out was the fact that Charlie thought her mama wasn't going to like her damn natural hair because she still wearing her natural hair with the curls. And her mama actually did, and she was offended that Charlie thought she was so bougie she wouldn't appreciate the hairstyle. But I think that's all that I left out. Please leave your comments below. Let me know, what you think is going on with Aunt Vi. Tell me what you think about Darla. And if I left anything else out that y'all feel is pertinent, put it down in the pen, and honey, we can always continue the discussion down there. Remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video wherever it is you share videos, if you and share videos. And I'll see you guys back today with If Loving You Is Wrong. Peace.